Hey guys, and welcome back to Cursed Dice Heroes, and thank you so much for tuning in to our third episode of our Pathfinder campaign. Okay guys, who's giving them the recap?
I will take the lead on that. So when we last left all of the heroes, we were heading up the river in search of Buford in an attempt to figure out any information to be able to locate the lost children Ivan and Gretel. We found Buford, who told us that Ivan and Gretel had been sent. They went to investigate the ruins that were up there. Buford came with us, and we found the ruins. However, not to my surprise, Buford tricked us, and inside the ruins sprung a trap, leaving us trapped inside the dungeon with a bunch of skeletons. We defeated the skeletons, luckily, only to find that Ivan and Gretel had sadly been killed while inside the dungeon. We retrieved the bodies, got back to town, where Buford was arrested by the local authorities. We were rewarded handsomely for finding the bodies, and spent a very nice night dining in the tavern.
Okay guys, you all start to rouse to the smell of fresh cooked bacon and eggs and other such wonderful treats wafting up from downstairs.
Nice.
I roll out of bed.
Mm.
I do some stretching,
Get nice and limber.
get dressed.
As you probably see now that the fact that my tails of my horns and the tail, because we shared a room together.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, got horns and tail out at nighttime.
I wake up.
To your solo bedroom.
Ah, it's awesome. And I stand on the bed and I do my katas that way. So I get ready for the morning.
Just so I know, do you jump while doing them?
A little bit.
Okay.
I open the
just
door.
do regular.
I do not wake
stuff.
up my friend in the room who's snoring. Maybe he needs more rest. Maybe he needs to learn how to get up early in the morning. We'll find out. But I head down.
Okay. You see the innkeeper's family starting to put out plates for everyone. They're starting to get the breakfast ready. They're dishing out to the few patrons that are already up and out there. You don't see Idavin yet, but you do smell just a wonderful sense of very well spiced meat cooked to just perfection. What do you do?
I go and sit down.
Do you sit at the bar or at a table?
I sit at the bar. Probably the bar. I don't see anyone out necessarily yet, so I just popped up.
Okay, a few people are coming in. It looks like a lot of people seem to come here right before work to get the breakfast. A man in a guard's uniform slides in next to you. Do you mind me asking what's your name?
Oh, my name is Caius.
Guys, I'm Geralt.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Geralt. We
Um,
heard a little bit about you when we were doing our investigations.
Then I guess you know why I'm here.
Probably.
I wanted to thank you for the deeds you did in finding my friends, and I want to know, did you find out why it happened?
No,
Why Buford did that?
we that's why we didn't execute him when we found him. We figured the captain, or the warden, I guess you call him, would be able to interrogate him for information.
As I understand, you guys are foreigners here mostly, right?
3 of us are foreigners, 2 of us are locals, 1 of us is an actual local.
Okay. Wardens here, they're in charge of making sure the troubles, the strange things that are unique to this land are taken care of. I know he'd been looking to Buford for a little bit just because of the odd accidents that happened around him, but we didn't suspect anything nearly this sinister. We thought he may have been just a harmful trickster, someone who was just causing problems. We didn't expect anything as serious as murder.
When he let us out there, he knew his way there. I could tell there was something wrong, but I thought maybe he thought that we might be able to help his friends, and we're not going to. He didn't want to let on how dangerous it could possibly be, unless he's like cursed with clumsiness and stumbled forward and hit the switch and then rolled backwards. But he didn't seem to have the look of someone who had that kind of. It seemed intentional. There's no way around it.
Well,
Why, I don't know.
your breakfast is on me today.
Thank you.
And if you ever need some assistance, you can come let me know. As for me, I have to get to bed.
I understand.
He gives a nod and he goes to the door. He hesitates there for a moment, like he's lost in a thought, turns back to you, turns away, and leaves. About this point, the rest of you guys who are up begin to make your way downstairs. Oh, the scent of that cooked meat's calling to you. You can't ignore it anymore. You must answer its call.
Is there a banister to slide down?
Yes.
Yes.
You get cut halfway down, and you see Idavin's wife just give you the coldest stare as she freezes mid-serving a customer.
Like she's scolding a child. How dare you have
Hop
fun?
down.
You just stop me down and just hop off. Then she nods and continues serving everyone. Like her beauty was just entirely eclipsed with an intense coldness for a moment.
Okay, I'll awkwardly climb down the stairs that are scaled wrong for me.
It's society's fault.
So I do the most responsible thing, like anybody staying in a den should do. I steal the pillow. I try to shove it like around my back as I'm trying to come down.
It's hard to fit it in a
I
kobold-sized
know.
bag, but you
I look like
do it
I look like
eventually.
a hunchback coming down.
And you make your way down. She's already laying out a place for you guys sitting around you. And it all looks like it's very nicely garnished, very nicely prepared, just a very well put together plate.
Go roll to swing for it.
Oh.
Oh, did you meet him or something?
Yes. He was curious about if we found out why. I told him we had not. It looked like he had more to say, but he chose not to, and I didn't wish to press the matter too much. But breakfast is here. We should eat. It's going to be a big day. I think we should talk to the warden. Apparently their wardens here are supposed to keep away the troubles.
Ah.
What are these troubles, exactly? I heard they're unique to this land.
They could be various things.
Various things?
Yeah, it depends on the read.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of different things that people try to just throw like attached to anything. You know, a horde of goblins moves in. That's the troubles. You know,
Remember that incident on the boat?
The incident on the
boat. A
Okay.
you know, I don't know. Halfway and the giant get married. Troubles. Warren's gonna come in.
Sounds troublesome for someone.
I know.
Anyways, okay. Perhaps we should speak with the warden and see if he has anything else for us. The people here have treated us quite nicely. I don't know if I could feel right taking more, if they take up a payment, like they're gathering together. Well, if it's, I'm conflicted.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, if you're ever worried about taking a reward, just let me know.
Yeah.
I'll take it for you.
Trust me. Take their money. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's pretty early. The warden might be there at his office if we go there now.
Well, let's eat first.
Oh yeah.
And
Of course.
Then
According to
we'll
what's
go.
on it.
Okay, you guys get a nice belly full of meat and eggs and meat if you wish, and you get your glass of milk.
Oh yes.
I push my leftovers over to kind of the general group because I assume that there's too much for me.
Definitely, in your monk training, you didn't overly eat, so this is quite the spread.
How much meat will they give us before they cut us off? It's free.
1 plate.
No meat.
Oh, mead?
Yeah.
He'll serve you 1 glass. Do you ask for a second?
Oh yeah.
Idavin goes, don't you feel like you're taking advantage of poor Geralt?
I'm gonna diplomacy and say no.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm like, no, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. 9.
You don't change his mind, but he says,
Oh, sorry, 11. I'm sorry.
that's still not quite enough to change his mind. But he does say, oh, if you feel okay with it, then it's
No.
Geralt's money. He made the choice.
No, put it on my tab.
Very well.
I'm not going to let you do that to him.
You know his friends just died, right?
2 of them.
Now I feel bad.
Good.
That was the emotion I think we were all going for.
The barkeep turns back around to you and goes, and feeling bad is the first step to changing your behavior.
Feel bad means you understand the ramifications of your actions.
Or getting caught. Okay.
One step at a time.
Let's step it.
So, I guess we eat. How much is the second glass of meat for him?
3 copper. I already wrote it down on your tab.
Gotcha. I guess I technically have a cat tabbed on that.
You said tab, so we put it on
Only
tab.
3 copper? That's not that expensive.
No.
Give me a couple to-go cups.
Very well. You give him 6 copper.
Yeah, sure.
He takes it and he pours you 2. Says return with the glasses.
Okay.
Okay. I devour breakfast. I devour a little off of your plate. I make sure not to hoard the leftovers and the small ones.
I don't think he's gonna leave leftovers.
No, I'm not. No.
He has that sort of famishness that you normally only see from people who've lived on the street for a while.
Yeah.
And alcoholism.
Okay.
Especially the
Does seem to
alcoholism.
have some alcohol.
So what's in your bag?
I'm cold. It's padding. I'll bluff.
Technically, it's not live.
How bad was it?
9.
17.
It's padding. It's not the pillow from the room.
I'm sure you'll put it back when you're done with it. Diplomacy.
Are you sure you don't want that to be an intimidate?
12. No, 14.
60.
You're not that convinced.
I'll put it back when I'm done with it.
Since 19.
You're never done with a pillow. Just saying, like,
I just gotta give you this knowing nod.
Okay.
It's true that you're never done with a pillow.
Okay. So we've had our fill. Some of us more than others.
Food and pillows.
I feel refreshed.
Drunk. Almost. Do you get hangovers?
A little bit.
You don't ever get a hangover if you don't ever stop being drunk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tear the
I
dog.
think-
Tear the dog. Or werewolf in this case.
So we're gonna go find the warden now. You know where he is?
For those of you who are locals, you guys know that the warden's office is always marked by a green lantern out front.
Hopefully he doesn't have a problem with public drunkenness.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
I-
As long as you're
okay,
not in
he
trouble,
does.
he doesn't care.
As you guys make your way there, there's a small sign on the door that says, we'll return in 15 minutes.
Well, I guess we can wait 15 minutes.
After about 4, you see Huxley making his way up the road with the woman in the very bright iridescent green dress and the peacock over her shoulder.
With the attack peacock.
if that's what you believe it is, then yes.
That's what my character thinks that it is. It is trained to bite people.
As Huxley approaches, he tips his head to her, and she heads off, and he begins to approach. Thank you guys so much for coming up. Please come in. And he opens the door. As you go in the ground floor, it's mainly kind of a library/office. There's a few nice chairs. Please make yourself at home.
Okay.
Okay.
If you can treat this like it's a if you can treat this like it's a
Yeah.
business and a place where you respect and not your home.
Oh, don't worry. He's been here more than once.
Okay.
I still my feet kicked up.
He sees your mockery and kind of gives a little laugh.
Is there more than one?
I just sit down like a normal person.
I sit
As do
cross-legged on a chair.
Okay, before I start asking you guys to take care of problems of our town, what can I do for you guys?
Well, we're on a particular adventure, so to speak, but you had something you're looking into, and he might have more information on that.
I don't know, possibly. Trying to find out more about my family that came here a while back. Not here specifically necessarily, but to Runerin.
How can I help?
mean, I don't know if you would have heard about them or not. They're the Albers.
Oh, yes. I've heard of them.
You know where they ended up?
No, that I don't know, but there's a bit of a dispute right now going on over Marius Albert. You know him to be one of your cousins.
It's a cousin of mine, yes.
Yeah, he had died at Black Pass, or he had ran away. We're not really sure. That's a bit of a debate. I'll give you the quick of it. The office, or the military office, has sent out a missive to all the wardens and mayors of the various township, informing us of Marius Albert's cowardly actions at Black Pass. That he had led his men into a foolhardy charge for supposedly vainglory, and then had fled from the battle when it began to turn against it. But then we got a separate missive from one of his, I guess it's a commanding officer, someone from the Office of Heraldry, which I wasn't familiar with being a station, but they were claiming that that was not correct, that he had died in that battle. And now it's a bit of a mishmash.
Okay. Where's this Black Pass?
Black Pass, oh goodness, the best way to get there from here, I guess, would be to take Founder's Pass and then come around the other side. It's not really an area heavily traveled.
Do you have a map?
I do not have a spare one, but you examine the one I have here.
Okay, do you know where we could buy a map?
Maybe at Pretty Little Things? She might have one.
Pretty Little Things.
It's one of the general stores here.
Okay. We are looking to go to Sarnath. I know you probably know where you're going on that.
Yeah.
But does that happen to be on the way, or?
It would definitely be out of your way. The thing is, Black Pass isn't really on the way to anything. The issue was there was a large amount of gnolls there that were passing into the farmlands. The military were called to put them down. Black Pass was an area where they could be bottlenecked, and it was a victory. They were put down.
So if I wanted to look into that more, where should I go for that?
The best place to go, probably Waywind's Keep. As I understand, he was stationed there. Pretty much all the fighting forces that had gone to Black Pass were stationed there. You could likely find the truth of the matter there. There is probably something else that you should be made aware of. The Ballad of Marius Albert is becoming a bit of a folktale. A cautionary tale of cowardice and vainglory. I know that it's being performed here and there. It's not extremely popular, but I have noticed that it is a thing, and I'm sorry to inform you of that.
Perhaps we need a counter song.
Do we know any good bards?
There are
Definitely
two
not
traveling
good bard now.
performers here in town. You can speak with them. They'll know more of it than I do.
Did I really know him?
Yeah, you guys had known each other in your youth.
Does this sound like him?
Oh, no, you always know him to be maybe not the most brave person in the world, but certainly not a coward.
Doesn't entirely sound like him.
I had never met him.
I don't know.
Like I said, the two traveling performers there, you'll probably be able to find them easily. I'm not sure where they're staying, but you'll find them around, I'm sure. One was a
Traveling performers
human,
want to
one
be
was an
found.
elf.
One was a human, one was an elf.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for something rather vague. I am looking for two cliffs that kind of meet up. There's a little bit of an arch between them, somewhere in this entirety of your country.
Humor my curiosity for a moment. Why? As he gets kind of a big, sly Cheshire grin.
Okay, so my entire life, I have been given visions or dreams or something. Whenever I sleep, occasionally I'll just have these visions. And I did not know where this place was, but I saw it in a painting about 2 years ago. And I was able to find out that it was a painting done in Runrin. Unfortunately, the man had done a lot of traveling and did not remember where exactly. But I've been called to go there, I think.
It's a wonderful quest, but I have no clue where that would be.
That is fine.
There are lots of peaks and cliffs in Runerin. I don't know any offhand that match that description, but I would fully believe that there's one somewhere here.
I figured if I go adventuring and helping people, eventually I'll run into them.
You'll have to stray off the beaten path a fair amount, though.
It wouldn't be an adventure if I didn't.
Well, then it sounds like you know where you're going. I hope the rest of you guys have more easy things I might be able to give you assistance on.
I have what I'm looking for right here.
Okay.
Not unless you know anything about travels in and from Sarnath.
I am an expert on history. I can tell you of the city of Sarnath, or what I know of it.
Okay.
Back in the Second Age, which was just referred to as the Age of Sarnath, it was like the center of this whole kingdom. It was ruled by the barbarians, who had they had been in a bloody war with what they just simply recall as the First Men, and we're not really sure much about them. There's not a whole lot of history on them. But they had driven the First Men out of their capital city and then rebuilt that city as Sarnath. Sarnath was, as we understand, not only the capital of this kingdom, but one of the centers of trade and glory in all Galarian. It was a major place. The ruins of Sarnath are just absolutely huge. I've only been there once. It's a dangerous place, though.
I've heard it's cursed.
I would believe it.
Do you know why there's
I
a
think
curse on the gold? No, why there's a curse on the gold that comes from there?
There are all sorts of strange things about the metals coming from Sarnath and many of the other objects coming from there. I know the silver carries special qualities, the gold carries special qualities, and they seem to react specifically with many of the troubles. Exactly why I'm not sure, but a great deal of gold did pass through there.
Did the troubles exist back then?
We're talking about so long ago, we're unsure. Sarnath was wiped out in one night, we know that much. But by
Okay.
what sort of force, it's unsure.
What age was the Age of Sundering?
The Age of Sundering was actually the age just before this one.
Okay, so the Fourth Age, right? And
Yes,
Fifth
the Fourth Age. We're in the Age of Banners now. The Age of Sundering was when the Malarian Kingdom had ruled this area. They had spread far and wide. The thing was, they weren't what I would call a kindly culture.
Mm-hmm.
They tended towards brutality, and they went to war with the local barbarians as well. The war became prolonged. They ended up at war with each other as well. Lots of civil unrest. Eventually, the kingdom ended up collapsing under the strain, not only of the war, but there seemed to have been other things. It looks like they were trying to keep up with the troubles, as well as uprisings, as well as a drawn-out war. The kingdom couldn't sustain itself. They neglected too many things. Beyond that, you can generally pick out their iconography based on particularly jagged edges, heavy weapons. Their culture greatly prized the axe.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything specific I can tell you about them? Slavery was common in this area at the time.
More interested in the coffin or sarcophagus we found and what that could have been. Evil walking is bad, generally.
I'll have to actually go out and take a look, which is on my agenda to do.
Mm-hmm.
Likely I'll be able to find something in the iconography that'll give us a hint to what's going on.
If you accidentally press the wrong step and the gate closes, if you take some sort of flat metal object, you might be able to pry it upwards and deactivate it.
Thank you for the heads up. Do you remember what step? I've been trapped in many ruins here before.
Not off the top of my head, but I know it was on the right side.
It's the one that goes click.
I imagine it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
Would an escape artist check help me to remember?
No.
That's really shot.
You weren't tied up or anything, so.
No, but we were escaping.
I thought we were fleeing.
You'll need a flea artist check.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Now,
what are your problems?
there are two matters I'd love to see you look into.
Okay.
The first one is Geralt has been seeing some fires up in the hills lately at night. We could use someone to go check it out, someone who can perhaps get the jump on them. When we move out contingents of guards, they're always gone by the time we get there. We need to know who's sniffing around up there and setting these fires.
I see.
It doesn't seem like arson or anything. They seem to be campfires when my men can't find them. Most of the time they go up there and they can't locate what it was at all. But they're
Okay.
not trained adventurers. They're militia.
That's understandable.
The other thing is, I would like to hire you for a private matter if possible. It's a simple task. I was told by a traveler not long ago about a stele that seemed very intriguing. I did not like the look of the traveler. He gave me an odd feeling, but the description he told me of the stele makes me think it's something I'd really like to have.
What's a stele?
Oh, just a large stone tablet that depicts something that occurred in the past, something of supposed importance.
So a giant stone picture?
Well, this one was supposedly about like that.
Oh, what's it a picture of?
He told me that he gave me the description of the sort of iconography on it. It makes me think it either is early Second Age or possibly late First Age. And I'd like to see what I could learn from it.
And you don't know about this individual who told you?
My worry is it may be a trap set specifically for me.
I see.
And this would be a personal favor to me, but it would increase our knowledge of history for the area, assuming that it is even real.
Mm-hmm.
But could that be a possibility?
Potentially. Where would we have to go?
Let me actually make you a simple hand-drawn map for that one. The other thing, or the final one, I guess, would be, and I almost even forgot about this. The lady who runs the Pretty Little Thing says a expedition, she's been supplying them with food, that they haven't picked it up in a while. I don't know the details on it. You'd have to go speak with her. I don't actually know her particularly well. Let me look through my papers real quick. Her name is Hildy Whiskwine.
Okay. And she has something she wants us to look into, something about an expedition, not coming to pick up their supplies. We have Geralt, who has fires in the hills we need to look into. And you want us to look for a tablet, pretty much.
And if you would be willing to do any of these, I'd be very happy.
I mean...
I'm always happy to help.
In all honesty, that last one I almost forgot. It's just... Hildy's been apparently bothering Shadona about it, and she had asked me if I could possibly find someone to take care of it.
Is that the lady with the peacock?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Have you not spoken with her yet?
No.
She's the mayor of the town.
Oh, is she here?
Here, no.
Oh.
We often meet for meals now and then.
Now, one thing I want to know, is that a trained peacock to attack people? Or
I promise you I don't know. It's never attacked me.
I assumed it was a familiar.
To the best of my knowledge, it isn't. I believe it actually is just an actual peacock that's very well trained.
the mystery continues.
I'm Shadona's rather approachable. You could probably walk up and ask her.
I see
It would
her.
surprise me if it's trained to attack, but it would surprise me if it was a familiar.
Well, since we're going to Pretty Little Things anyway,
Mm-hmm.
we can talk
Make that our first stop.
about
Mhm.
that. Because I think that and the fires in the hills are probably most pressing.
Yes, and then we can look into the tablet afterwards. If you don't go there, then a trap is not sprung. The other two seem like they might be more immediate.
Well, thank you for your considerations. If you ever need to know anything of local history, or if you find anything odd that doesn't really fit your skill set, let me know. I'll see if I can shed some light on it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
He goes over and starts perusing through his bookshelf, and then he just sits down and starts reading.
I take his map. They gave us a little hand-drawn map. And
He said a crudely hand-drawn map, but it doesn't really look too bad.
He's so modest.
I look at it and like, I mean, you could be a good cartographer if you put your mind to it.
If I had the time.
Okay.
If only.
So, to Pretty Little Things,
Sure.
we head off.
Okay. You go through the town for a little bit looking for it, and you find,
Pretty Little Things. Was that knowledge local?
yeah.
Do they let you in there
15.
anymore?
You might not have ever have gone there. Yeah, you know where it is. You've passed it a few times.
I've seen it. It's not really It's not really my kind of stuff. So I know where it's at.
Isn't it a general goods store?
I think he didn't like the word pretty.
No, I haven't been everywhere in town.
That just
I thought you lived here.
I do live here. I haven't been to every single shop and every single stand in here. Some of them have no begging signs.
Okay, well, lead the way.
Okay.
As you get to Pretty Little Things, it has a nice open front window. It does have a sign that says no begging, no soliciting.
And now you know why I haven't been in there.
You can see inside just kind of a simple shop setup.
Okay. Walk in. Because
The only thing that's really off-putting about the shop is it's very small for how many things are in there. There's things stacked on things, stacked on things. And it looks like there's a little bit of everything. One thing that kind of catches your eye is that the front display case in front of the counter is actually empty right now. After you look around and no one attends you, someone pops up from behind the counter, and there's a small gnomish woman with short, bright white hair. She kind of looks you guys over.
Hello.
Hey, partner. You looking for a pretty little thing? As she eyes you. Because I'd say you found one.
I just kind of step
She
back.
bats her eyes at you a little bit.
Go for it.
I heard there was some issues with some supplies that had been for an expedition that weren't being picked up.
Oh, straight down to business.
Yeah, I mean, we're a little pressed for time right now, so.
You could always just take a moment to peruse the goods. She cocks her other eyebrow.
There's
What's-
a lot of
Wait, what's the goods?
stuff.
Don't
in
worry
here.
about it.
There's definitely a lot
I'm
of
having
stuff.
horrible flashbacks.
No, there's just a lot of stuff here.
Yeah. How do you?
So there's an expedition.
Okay. This is actually something that's been bugging me for a while. I've been supplying this expedition from the Abbey up north. They've been looking into some sort of ruin that's somehow important for some sort of thing. The details which were a little too boring for me to pay attention to.
Okay.
But they've been paying me for goods. They've never been late for a pickup. And now,
Something
late.
like- okay.
something's probably wrong, I assume.
Where are they?
She
you
goes
have a
out to the
map?
front. What?
Do you have a map?
Somewhere. This is easier. She takes you out the front and she points at a farmhouse down there. You see that one there?
Yes.
Okay, to the left of it is an old trail. Just follow it down. It'll take you kind of closest to the water. You'll smell the sea. And once you get to a large painted rock, turn right, and you're going to see the complex there.
Define painted rock.
Okay. It's a rock. It's painted. It's big. It's a big painted rock.
Are we talking like pink?
No, I don't know what someone was trying to depict on there. It looks like some sort of like monster that a child drew or something. I'm not sure.
Okay. Got it. So do you have a map?
I bet you I can find you a map.
I would like to purchase a map.
How much would you like to pay for a map?
I am going to ask you a more important question. How much are you charging for a map?
In truth, I'm not sure what map I have. I probably have a few, but I don't want to, haul out a bunch of maps that are too expensive for you.
Well, I have a little bit of coin. A lot of them are gold.
I'll pull out all the maps and let you choose.
Okay.
You sure there's nothing that interests you in?
Maybe you'll get a discount.
You'll get a discount. But you'll still get the top shelf goods.
See, the top shelf goods.
I don't think she can reach the top shelf.
Maybe she can reach the bottom shelf.
Trust me, I can reach it.
I think the map is fine. Just the map.
How about you, partner? You're my second choice. She looks over at Mordrax.
Nah, I'm good.
Did you know he has an epitaph called the Mighty? Mordrax the Mighty. Slayer of Undead.
That would be an epithet.
Oh, an epithet?
Yes.
I've been saying it wrong this
Epitaph
whole
is after you're
time.
dead.
Oh my gosh.
And
I've been
he might
saying you're
still
dead
have
this
it
whole
then.
time.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
stud. You're up.
I am very interested in maps, and unfortunately, I will not be here long. And I do not believe we have
She
the
lets
proper
her
amount
head
of
kind
time
of crash on the table.
in order to develop a relationship.
Oh. That's so
Okay.
sad.
I'll start looking for a map. And you guys are going to look into this thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to find it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there's no way I'm going to find it now.
Okay, so you get to work on that. Then we'll go. We'll go. Probably deal with this right now, and then talk to Geralt later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's probably going to be easier to find.
Okay.
Night
If
falls.
if we go missing for a long period of time and don't come back for these maps,
I'll bug Shadona till she makes Huxley find someone to go look for you.
I was just going to say to tell, Huxley that we're missing, and that's the last location we were headed towards.
Okay, yeah. I can do that.
Okay, we ready to head out? Sure.
Okay. Do you begin following the strange directions?
Yep.
Yes.
You find the farm. You go through the deer trail. You find a rock where it looks like some kids that took pigment and drawn some sort of maybe manticore on the rock. And it looks like they had been throwing rocks at it based on the way the rocks chipped away.
They defeated the Manticore.
You continue to
It's a good
follow
training.
around, and you do see a temple complex coming up. Or not a temple complex, sorry, a ruin complex.
Well, that's probably it. Can you track to make sure?
Let's see.
She made me very uncomfortable.
I know.
What?
I mean, if you would have just
You-
let her down, she would have stopped.
You weren't being a team player. We could have got a
13.
discount.
13, you find
How'd you feel
some
about
wagon
that?
tracks,
Choice
but they're
number
old.
3.
Insulted and a little.
Likely weeks old, but they're dug in pretty deep to
I like to think of myself as
still be
fairly
there.
effective.
So it probably wasn't loaded down with pretty heavy stuff.
So, what time was the actual shipment?
I'm still not totally sure. What's
It should have
happening
been
there.
2 days ago.
Okay, so this is probably not it.
No, this
I'm not
is
entirely
this
sure
is
how
old.
serious she was,
Yeah,
but
alright.
it seemed as though she was trying to proposition me. So.
For what?
You
Remember
guys
that
will-
man?
You guys will understand when you're older.
Hey,
when you grow
do you
up.
remember that man who was trying to offer you that sword?
Oh! That's what she. Oh my gosh!
Not a sword, though, probably.
Oh
Anyways,
man.
I don't think it gets gnomes or anything, but she's a little too small for me.
She's a little too.
And forward.
Watch out for the magic sword.
Too little, or too interested in. She was willing to settle for less, real quickly.
So in this case, you are less.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
both
I
of
was
them
less.
are less. Yes.
At least you
Him
are not least.
followed by him.
Hey, she didn't even say anything to me.
It would have been funny if she'd gone from you then over to her,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then just that was it.
I would have been. I mean, yeah. I
Okay,
had a little
so
less
let's
hopeful.
look for these people who may be dead.
I mean, if
So
they're already
maybe
dead, then there's nothing we
like-
can do about it.
So we've had really bad luck with finding anybody alive on several of our adventures.
This has not been. Other than the angel, we have in the blacksmith. We have not rescued anyone.
and I don't really think that those were
This was
very
before
good.
we met you, of course. And
Yeah. This was before Caius was good at slaying undead.
before I was good at slaying them. And maybe it might just be zombies.
Yeah, it could just be some. Yeah, you still have yet to defeat a zombie very well.
Zombies are
very
like
easily.
skeletons that still have the flesh on them.
Yeah,
Yes,
so they're like
mostly.
yeah. So you haven't defeated like superior skeletons yet. So you got to work your way up.
Okay. So let's go to this ruins here and see if we can find people. Hopefully alive. Maybe there's the door trapped on them.
Yes, for Kai's sake, hopefully no zombies.
Okay. As you begin to head into the ruins, the signs of devastation come quick. Yep. You find a overturned cart with lots of supplies strewn around. You find a dead man with a axe still buried in his shoulder, just leaned up and slumped over against one of the rock pillars. You recognize the sort of robes he has. This is a sign that he's a monk from the abbot. But you know, these are like the brew beers and these studious sort of monks, not
The fun monks.
super kung fu monks.
The fun monks, okay.
11 on knowledge history on the axe. Is it from a particular era? That we have a lecture on that earlier today.
The axe looks crudely and quickly made. Simple and simple hammered iron.
Gotcha. This is new.
Many of the supply crates are burnt. As you go through, you find a few more bodies. Everyone make a perception.
Oh, also at this point, I make no effort to really hide my tail since we're far.
Nope.
out.
That is new.
Oh, yeah, not.
18.
21.
17.
DC was 16.
Nope, I'm.
You guys can hear a faint help.
I run over towards it.
Sounds like
I go run
something
too.
over there.
You guys come into what looks like was the main supply area for the camp. Up against, for the most part, it's just slaughter around here. But one person is stuck up against the wall with a spear. It looks like he's barely hanging on. He's slumped over.
I run over to him and administer a potion. Like, this is going to hurt a lot, but here.
Or let me heal him.
I feed him a potion and try to get him healed as quickly as possible, and I'm faster than you.
Oh, okay.
That feels better. How long have I been up here? Seems like days.
Probably. Here, have some water. Not too quick.
Dear gods. His eyes focus and looks you over.
Stole my tail while he was drinking.
Gnolls and orcs.
Okay.
That's not good.
Or so.
A few of us ran. They're likely still somewhere in the ruins. We need to find them.
Are you capable?
Oh.
You look malnourished,
And he's still
dehydrated,
stuck up in the wall with the spear.
and
Well, actually, you know what? Sense motive.
Go ahead.
Are you even going to be able to pull that out?
Hang on.
19.
19. His concern seems to be legit. You don't think he's lying. He seems to be. Some of his speech patterns are odd, but you think that's just delirium.
Oh, okay.
So he appears to be an abbot monk?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on, let me. Don't move. Gotta put my training to use here. I'm trying to heal and try to get the arrow out.
And it's a spear.
Spear!
There's
Never
a
mind, it's working
difference.
again.
He's
Oh.
pinned to the wall with a spear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to need
I'm like,
strength.
I'm just like looking at him like,
Strong.
yeah, I didn't know if
Let me
he was going to die any second,
Let
so
me-
I just
let me-
ran for it.
let me walk you through this then.
Okay, I will watch intently.
22, 21.
Okay. On heal?
Yes.
Alright. And you just want me to pull it out while you do this?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry, 24. I'm sorry.
And you just want me to pull it while you do this?
Well, yeah, I'll show you. We'll walk you through getting this. We'll walk you through getting the. Hopefully, getting this spear out.
You brace both sides. You make sure the tissue's moved in such a way that when it pulls out, it doesn't tear more out. And you're keeping pressure to make sure he doesn't bleed out. But you don't know how this guy's alive. You just during this examination before he makes a pull, you have no clue how this guy's alive. This guy, by every right, should be dead.
You're pretty. You're pretty lucky. This probably should have killed you.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, if it was an undead, the potion would have hurt him.
It's gonna.
Okay. This is
Ready?
this is gonna hurt. Here, bite this. I'm trying to put his holy symbol thing like in his mouth. Here, bite down on.
No.
Here.
Bite down this stick.
Okay, he bites down on a stick.
Okay. Sorry. All right, bite down, and there we go.
Make a strength check.
This is gonna hurt.
10. With my
10.
mighty strength of 18.
It's very hard, and it takes you a few jerks, but you pull it out. You notice from where you are, the moment that the spear leaves his skin, you see a blackness flow down out of the shadow of the spear and go into the wound.
Spellcraft or?
It didn't seem to be a spell. I'm trying to think of what.
Knowledge religion.
I'll take knowledge religion.
19.
19. You've heard of possessed weapons before. You're not sure what may have been bound into this, and these sort of things are very, very rare. Apparently, this one, the trigger may have been involved with the removing of it. Make a knowledge extra planar. 9. Nothing.
So detect magic.
You're not gonna have time for
Sorry.
that one. As the blackness flows into him, he buckles forwards and he takes on this very dark aura. You guys feel pushed back by his presence.
Oh, was this another trick? Is he tricking us?
No.
At that point, he grows a couple feet. His skin starts to turn black. Hair grows all over his arms. His face contorts into a angry rage-like state. Teeth begin to drop. Horns grow out of his head, and large black wings unfurl. He strikes his hand backwards against the wall, and blackness stains it and begins to move through it as two small portals open as some smaller bat-like human creatures fly through.
Oh, it's a demon.
Let's hit the board. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our campaign so far. I hope you guys are enjoying the journey. I know I am. Now, if you guys are looking for a way to support us in this, what you can do is you can look on our Patreon. Even a $1 a month donation really helps us put out better content for you guys, and everything you put into the channel is going to come right back to you guys in the videos. Okay, now back to the table. Okay guys, here we are. Let's get some initiatives.
14.
7.
Same.
18.
Will on choose
Sorry,
us fast.
6. That was inaccurate.
Oh.
6.
Going slower than you.
Okay. Anyone above 20?
Yes. 25 bat beastlings.
Aw. I'm kind of like a beastling.
I mean, I'm technically kind of maybe like a beast.
Okay. 15 to 20?
18.
Also 16 for the bat beast.
To 15?
14.
And everybody below 10 is at what?
I'm at 7.
6.
I think I got everybody's names right.
Maybe.
I don't
I'll
know.
find out.
I'm just gonna point at people anyway.
Okay, the now transformed creature, rippling, or its muscles rippling, lets out a roar, and he brings up his talons like he's ready to fight.
Knowledge planes.
Go ahead.
4, so the 8.
You're unsure.
I see an infernal. Who are you supposed to be?
Doesn't seem to understand.
Let's nod.
Okay.
I don't sound like a nice person when I'm speaking. It is infernal.
Okay. Top of the initiative is bat beastlings.
Let's see. Let's move that one closest to me into close combat with Poppy.
I really wish we had our other lizard now.
And the other one's going to swoop down and go into close combat with oh god, how do I say your character's name again? I've been struggling with saying it.
Renault.
With Renault. Boop. And let's get puppies first. Okay. It comes in face first, and it seems to be attempting to bite you.
Oh.
I'm assuming a 20 hits.
Yes.
Looking at the rules.
It comes in and gets a solid bite on your arm. As it tears away, your flesh rips as it pulls out a large chunk, 6 damage.
Ow! Where'd my
Here we
pencil
go.
And that's the little one.
Would you like to borrow a pencil?
My pencil ran away. Thank you.
Okay. And Renault.
Am I being similarly attacked?
Yep.
This counts as a melee attack, yes?
Yep.
I'm gonna try to parry and riposte.
Just smack him in the face.
Knock his face out of the way and stab him is the hope.
Okay.
Nope, got a 1.
That's okay. He rolled really, really high.
Okay, great.
I'm like, that's
I mean, that doesn't
okay.
make my 1
He's good.
any better.
Your swing comes in too late as he rushes past you, biting you in the shoulder, getting you for 5 damage as he rips away some of the flesh closest to your neck. Great. It's going really good.
You didn't need that.
Would you like to borrow a dice?
Not good.
Okay.
I'll just suffer.
Okay.
Okay, who's next?
Alright, I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back. I'm gonna go ahead and fire a stone arrow into this guy.
Okay.
Do you have precise shot?
Yep.
That rolled away.
Don't forget about the point blank.
Yeah, they would be in point blank range. What?
Quite.
22
22 will hit.
Thwack.
for 5 damage.
You stick an arrow in his side. It seems to struggle to keep altitude as it falls to the ground. It's still up on its feet. It looks like it's still capable of fighting, but it doesn't look like it can fly any longer.
Which one did you hit?
This one.
Gotcha.
Okay, next is the bat beast.
And he decides to go.
Let's see. We got an opponent directly in front of him, and I have no reason to believe that's not who he's going to go for.
Yep.
It's you.
Bring it.
That's what you get for being a healer.
I will fight this terrible infernal beast that doesn't speak infernal.
He first swings with his right claw. Coming in at... Oh,
He
no.
critted.
Yep.
Oh, no. Let's see if he can confirm it.
I'm just
He
gonna
confirms
lay,
it.
gonna lay down. Okay, there we go.
Hold on. Wait for the damage. You could roll really low on damage.
Never know.
I'm gonna call it. There we go.
Actually, it wasn't that high for 11 damage.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That was enough.
As he reaches down, claws him in the side, lifts him up, and
Yeah.
pounds him several times,
Healing from
dropping
sleeping
him
or anything?
blunt, or
I'm not exactly sure.
at the end, dropping him limp to the floor.
How much do we heal from sleeping?
Should at least be your con modifier plus, I believe, your level, is what I want to say it is.
That's still enough to put me at 0.
You should have received healing in town, probably.
Probably.
Or maybe use your own healing or something.
Probably.
before yesterday was over.
I'm pretty positive I was out of healing by the time that we did
No, I
that.
don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Who's next?
I look at the thing and say an abyssal.
Keep trying.
You're going to pay for that.
Give me your money.
There's no sign that he understands.
I
I'm
understand.
gonna roll empathy first.
Okay.
Because you just seem to be kind of crazy. 23.
Yeah, you think you legitimately, if he's capable of understanding language, he didn't understand that one.
Okay, so he's not abyssal, he's not infernal.
I'm starting to get worried about our compatriots. On multiple levels and for
Our
different
attack?
reasons.
I rolled a 1, so I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah.
You swing, or as you wind up for your attack, he smacks
Wait.
you.
As he smacks me, I realize that I have a calling. I'm gonna use my trait. Whenever I roll a 1 on it to hit once a day, I can re-roll that hit. So it's like, no, it's not over yet. Come on, next
Not
one.
a 1. It's not a 1. Yay!
17.
17 is just enough to do it. Actually, I guess 16 would have been, but...
It gets the job done. I'm okay with it. 4.
Come on, guys.
You guys are just shooting those dice everywhere.
8. 8 plus 6 equals...
Count tops everywhere.
14.
8 plus, yeah. 14.
You drive it down into his shoulder. You rake it across his chest, splitting him through here. He gasps in pain and looks at you with eyes searing with rage. Who's next?
That would be me. And this stupid fool has moved into close combat with me.
With the monk.
I will attempt to hit him twice.
The tiniest monk of them all.
I mean,
No.
Probably takes some minutes.
No.
Oh.
Even on the ground, he seems to be highly nimble as he dips and dives past you.
Maybe we can take this one out of retirement.
Out of dice jail.
Okay, who's next?
Me to stabilize. Nope.
That's another damage.
Yep.
You see a pool of blood starting to flow form below him.
He's got some time, probably.
Me? I mean,
I don't want to risk an attack to go here.
well, I'm gonna attack this one here. That's an 11.
11 will just barely not do it. As you jab downward, he rolls out of the way. Oh wait, no, yours is still in the air. It just flutters around your blade.
Okay.
Okay, who's next?
That's bottom of the round.
Top of the round.
Beastlings.
Well, I was actually rolling their attacks a little too well last time, so they might do a little worse this time. So... 13 hit you?
No.
As he comes in for a bite?
13 is
Okay,
insufficient.
now for the one going after Poppy. 14?
Nope.
Both of them come in biting, but you guys are able to evade them.
Okay, gonna move over here. Going to put the potion of cure light wounds into
Go.
This is going to become a very
into
familiar
Calyx
sensation.
now.
I didn't know he was going to turn into a giant monster and attack me.
It's a D8, right?
Yeah.
Generally, when you heal somebody, they say thank you. Not.
I think it's a D8 plus 1.
Yes,
So
D8
you
plus
heal-
1.
So you heal it.
Awesome. Okay.
What if you can become resistant to light?
Wonder what the
Well, somebody's going to build a tolerance.
I'm slowly building an immunity.
You know, the
Kind of
curious that
curious
you can't cure light wounds anymore.
Okay, next is
Is
the
there a-
Baptist.
What's that?
I'm going to pretend to feign death. Is that
Probably
possible?
throwing him probably would be a standard action, right?
Yeah,
I figured
you
it
used
was.
your action
Yep,
instead.
that's what I figured.
Can I attempt to bluff to look dead?
He doesn't even seem to be looking at you right now.
Oh,
He's
that's
focused
good.
entirely on you, the guy who gave him that nice deep cut. He brings up his claws and leads in, and he comes in swinging. Let's see, it is...
I'm
Can't see the
highest
back.
AC right now. Unlimited AC. Unlimited. So-
Does 17 hit?
No.
The first claw drives into your... Oh, even better. Hits your shield as you turn it over as he comes in with the second. 14.
No.
Striking your shield again and sending the blow wild. He lets out a roar of frustration. And he just zooms in on you.
I seem a little intimidated.
Okay, who's next?
Well, now it's your turn to just give it right back.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Now you yell at him
I go.
and poke him.
Ah! The first not hit was a feint. Attack again.
Roll 19. There you go.
Oh, there we go. 19 says
19 will do it.
Sure must
24.
be nice.
I'd say to let you borrow my dice if you want to. But see if I confirm. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's just regular damage.
Yep, just normal. good old home cooked damage. 2, 3. 3 plus 6 is 9 damage.
He's showing that where. Those are 2 solid hits.
And I say in common, if you could leave his body, I'd greatly appreciate it.
He doesn't seem to understand that one any better than the previous 2.
It's actually Elvish.
Next is me. Come on.
It's not what I like.
Gotta redeem myself. 15?
15 will hit.
Yes. For 2 damage.
2 more damage. He's looking pretty bad.
Good. Next one. Is that crit range? No. Okay. Well, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
That will definitely hit.
For 4 more.
You come in, give him a solid punch, throwing him off the ground. You give him an elbow drop, just crushing his skull. As you pull back, the bat creature is just kind of lying there.
I kind of
bloodied
I
mess.
see the elbow crushing his skull. I'm just like this similar worry that you had of me speaking infernal.
Well, I was using my sword.
Oh goodness!
But
I'm
that's why
sorry.
I was doing actual damage.
Split the stomach, pull straight down.
There we go.
My bad. Sorry. For some reason, I was thinking you were still on your punching spree.
No, I wish I did D8 with my punches. Go away.
Poof.
Okay. Next is Calyx.
Like, I really want to feel like this guy's someone to take damage from positive energy. Is that check? Would that be a heal, religion, planar check? Which one?
Make a religious knowledge.
It is a heal religion planar.
It is a heal religion planar. That would be 19.
19. Looking him over, you don't think it would.
Damn it. Alright. What are we going to do? I'm going to cast Doom on him.
So if you cast
Okay.
Doom on him, you would be provoking an attack of opportunity.
Take
I'm going to continue to pretend to be dead.
Do
While
you
lying on the ground.
soil your pants?
Now,
So not that good.
I'm going to stand up.
Okay, take your full turn to stand up.
Okay.
Yeah. Because otherwise, you would have provoke an attack of opportunity. As is tradition.
Tradition.
Could I move without provoking an attack of opportunity against him?
I think to have any movement left, you would have had to have invoked an attack to stand.
Okay.
Yep.
And I am going to probably cast another Cure Light Wounds on myself.
You're still in
That
range.
would make you an
And you-
attack of
yeah, you're
opportunity.
I'm going to stare angrily at him.
Okay.
And
You stare him down, but his eyes are not meant for you.
yeah.
He only has eyes for another.
Oh my.
Your turn.
So jealous.
Oh, I guess I'll give it one more attempt to hit this guy.
The old college try.
Yeah, the old
Third time's a charm or something like that,
fencing
right?
college try.
Well, that's 7, so 14.
14 will hit.
All right, yeah, we did a thing. I mean, we haven't rolled above a 10, but we did a thing. 9 damage.
9 damage. You give him I keep reading yours as a thrusting weapon. You give him a solid thrust, hitting him in just the muscle cluster above his wing. Just due to his small size, you take the wing straight off as he goes crashing to the ground. Looking up at you can see black blood just training down his fur.
Does he seem to be down?
He's stuck to the ground, but he looks like he's still ready to fight. But not by much.
All right.
Who
Get a little
is
confidence
next?
back.
So that's bottom of the round.
Then
So
we'll better.
back to the top.
Yep.
The last beastling.
He's coming for you. He's gonna get vengeance for his missing wing.
Me? Well, I'm gonna try to parry and riposte that.
Okay.
Here comes the confidence.
Oh goodness.
Well,
I don't think that's gonna do it.
I rolled a total of 11.
That beats him.
All right, good.
That beats his 7.
That's good. Let's try the attack on him. 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Well, you look at that.
And another 9 damage.
You smack him away and then just quickly cut in, and he moves no more as he falls limp to the ground.
Brilliant.
Okay, who's next?
Throw him pieces. Next is
Like looking around like if anybody saw them, but everybody's facing the other way.
As I move back, and also, and I'll probably say, let's see, how was I?
So what you doing?
Sorry, I'm just trying to prep something here. Saying, orc, which is probably like, look ugly and orc. See, before fire.
That is the ugliest orc I've ever seen.
Orcs.
Does he seem to recognize the orcish being slung
He
down?
doesn't see. I'm gonna see how he does first before I give my response.
Let's see here. 26.
26 will hit.
For 3 damage.
No, he didn't seem to respond. Now you see, if he would have had enough to kill it, he would turn just to give it a better kill scene. But you catch him right in the muscle cluster. He goes in, and you see a small stream of black blood come pouring down.
that beast.
Ah!
This thing is still intimidating me to a certain extent. It's just like,
Okay. First one is going to be
got this.
9. 14?
nope,
15?
nope.
Darn it. Ching! Ching! Grrrr!
In Celestial, perhaps this is your language?
He still doesn't seem to understand it.
We can't communicate.
My turn?
Exercise.
Do you think the
Actually,
monk is gone?
he is going to move back. And he's going to take his move action. This is not working. Let's see.
No.
I am typing
Circle
in
him
delicious.
around 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Landing behind Bryan in close combat as he takes flight and lands there.
So, chances of us getting
A
the
little over, so just one's. Yeah, there we go.
There.
chances of us getting him back?
Knowledge religion. Heal.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna try and make
16.
it too.
If exercised, yes. You believe that this is a transformation that can't be
21.
reversed. You agree.
We'd have to take him to somebody who knows how to remove it.
Sounds good. I cannot charge, but
Felix?
I will.
Your head starts pounding.
15, 20.
You're getting a ring. You know what's coming. You need to find a way to hold it off, or you know what's about to happen. You think you've got some time, but it's definitely brewing.
Let's go with them. I'm not going to power attack. I am instead going to take a -4 penalty to do non-lethal
Do you
damage.
know, are there any exorcists in town?
So that would be 15.
15 is not enough. As you come in, he thrusts his arm up in the way. It cuts in, but doesn't seem to do any serious damage as he swats the blade away.
Don't make me have to kill you. Really don't want to.
Okay, who's next?
Next is me. How bad is he looking?
He's pretty tore up.
What's the penalty to try to do non-lethal damage?
-4. It is a lot.
Merciful is costly.
Yeah.
Unless you're trained to do it.
I am not trained in that yet.
Wait, no, you're a monk. You can always choose to do non-lethal damage with your weapons, I believe.
Can I?
I believe
I
so.
think
For sure.
To the SRD.
Well, I'm gonna roll some things because I'm gonna like run at him.
Okay.
If you could move me at him, facing him, please.
She's not going to butt bump him.
Turn around. I mean, she might.
Okay, she might butt bump him.
Pretty powerful in some video games. Good for knocking people out of rings.
Yep.
See bonus, fire blows, arm strike. Let's see.
Go ahead and roll it, assuming that you can. If you can't, then we'll just redo it.
18 and 17 to hit.
Oh, both are going to hit.
You only get one, don't you? You move more than
Oh, I moved. Damn.
Oh,
Okay, so
oh.
18.
Either of those would have hit, so that's fine.
5.
You come in giving him a cut, and it's going to take him down. Let's find out. And you're going to get to describe.
But he can choose to do non-lethal damage instead, with no penalty on his attack roll.
Okay. And that includes with a weapon?
With unarmed strikes.
I couldn't have possibly done that much damage with my fists.
Reroll the damage, but with your fists.
2!
You come up and you give him a solid slug. Blood just dripping from his neck, from his face, everywhere. He looks like he's about to go down. Okay, who's next?
Next is Kivix. Okay, let's just knock him out. We can do this.
Alright.
Just
I'm gonna move up next to him and I'm gonna whack him with my stick.
As soon as you take a step, you hear da-dunk,
I'm just gonna
da-dunk.
lay down.
You look up. You see this fog moving in. You start hearing something very familiar.
I'm gone!
Kivix, where are you going?
We'll deal with that later.
The rest of you see none of this.
Chris, your sudden and inevitable betrayal as well.
Or no?
When is your inevitable betrayal?
I could.
As I just scream, run, it's coming!
Who's next?
Well, as I have 0 training in fighting in a non-lethal manner, I'm just gonna go to the thing and just stab it.
Go for it. Well, someone move him in.
Yeah, probably.
22 to hit.
22 will definitely hit.
9 again.
9. How would you like to describe it?
I mean, it's nothing particularly fancy, just running in there and just kind of, as I'm at the side, just kind of going in at the side and just stabbing in.
He might live through it.
It rises back and roars. It lurches over forward, holding itself up on its left hand. It flings out its wings. One's clearly limp. He tries to take the air with the other one, just collapsing further forward, bracing itself, then collapsing straight down.
I go over there and check.
He's clearly bleeding out.
Stay with us. Kind of. Leave, but stay. You. I attempt to do a heal check in order to stabilize this creature.
Okay, good.
I'm not trained in heal. Is it a
It's not trained only.
Okay, great. Here we go. 11.
I
I don't believe that's enough.
No.
You have any appropriate modifier?
He's
No.
clearly still bleeding.
Wisdom is my bad stat.
Okay. What are you doing to get yourself more under control? Calyx.
Oh, what do I try to do? I try to...
At this point, you're still aware as a vision.
Oh, okay.
You haven't fully you haven't fully given into it yet, but right now you're still aware.
I'm probably taking off behind this wall right here. That's
Okay.
where I'm heading.
Are you doing anything to stave it off?
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna pull out another one of my bottles of ale, and I just begin chugging.
Okay. And back at the central area, what are you guys doing?
Someone stabilize it.
Yeah,
Someone
I'm
try.
I'll try.
I'm trying to get.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'll
Me
try.
either. We just have to stop the bleeding.
So, untrained, do you
Nope.
still get the mod?
Oh yeah, you still get the modifier. Yeah.
Okay,
No
what's-
penalties.
What's
Wisdom.
wisdom? 20?
20.
Yeah.
You begin putting pressure in the areas where his bleeding is most intent. You find some old wrappings to start making bandages out of. After a moment, the creature's breathing starts to stabilize.
Okay. I think I got it.
Okay, so the next question
Okay,
is,
well, we're
we're gonna have to try to find this thing somehow.
I've got
Get
rope.
Okay, you have rope.
fine.
Is that gonna be enough?
Pull out 50 feet of rope. It's a lot of rope.
That is a lot of room.
Okay. And how are we transporting it?
I'll
I saw a
carry it.
cart.
You saw a cart? That's a good point.
Is that still in good
Oh,
shape?
good shape, no.
Good enough.
Workable, yes.
Calyx?
So, okay, Alex, what's going on?
You can begin
There I
stumbling
go.
back if you like.
As I was actually running after him, so.
Oh, yeah, you find him just downing just alcohol as hard as he can.
What's going on?
Huh?
You ran for a little bit.
Did we win?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on myself.
As I just kind of pick him up and carry him back from the group.
That would be helpful. And that'll put me up to full.
And let's go ahead and clear the board before we go any further.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick moment to give a few thank yous. These are not endorsed, these are just people that we're big fans of. First, our local friendly gaming store, the Gaming Guild. They're a great place for people to organize, plan games, go and get your supplies, all that stuff. We love you guys, thank you so much. The second, to the Tabletop Crafters Guild. They're a wonderful online community where we learned how to make all of our terrain, and me and Amanda actually made all the terrain for this campaign. Jeremy, you're my man, I love you, love my Proxon, you're a great guy.
DM Scotty, you never cease to amaze me and inspire me.
Thank you guys so much. Okay, now back to the campaign. Okay, you've got the you got your calyx back, and you've got the creature loaded in the cart now.
Were the other bodies left behind? Or did they disappear?
You don't see any.
Okay. I meant the...
Oh, those no, they just kind of fade away.
Okay, great. Okay, I have tied this... Well, I probably had you tie it. You're better at survival. Tied him
Yeah.
and rope. We are ready to pull this back now.
Didn't he say there may be other survivors though?
He did.
Who has empathy?
Good thing none of us.
That's
Maybe
not
sense
calyx.
motive?
Sense motive. Sorry, sense motive.
I do.
Not calyx.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm two out of it.
18.
You can tell that Calyx seems like that wasn't like cowardice. That seems like he's been through some sort of trauma while he's gone.
Are you okay?
Uh,
Did something happen? Did you see something? Did they do something to you?
I look towards I look towards the mountain. I sort of like stare off into the mountains. And I said, "Remember when I said about why we met up?" And I said I was traveling. I was collecting holy water
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
because I believe you can't find holy water in these lands.
About that point, he leans forward on the cart and passes out.
I lift his head up to make sure he's not bleeding everywhere. Does he seem to be not conscious? Does he seem to be stable?
Yeah, he seems to be stable. It looks like just the drinks that he was drinking so quickly, he had lost consciousness.
Can we risk going? We might have to anyway. There's people down there. We need to. What should we do?
I mean, he's just drunk, right?
Yes.
Okay. I guess my main concern is this
Yes.
demon or whatever tied up. If we have to, like, leave him near it to go.
We could take him with us. I look at him.
Make like a kobold rucksack.
Yes.
I guess just make sure this thing's tied up real good.
Okay, we'll put the cart on top of him.
Preferably tied to the cart.
Yeah, we'll tie him to the cart, and then we'll put the cart on top of him.
I'm guessing there's nobody to find, but I guess it also doesn't hurt to look.
If we save one life, it's worth it. Assuming, there was a life in the process. But that's beside the point.
A minute, we're just breaking even.
Also, where I come from, Infernal is quite common, and Abyssal is something you want to know as well.
Is that what
Okay,
you were
that.
speaking?
Yeah, and then Celestial, and Common as well.
I mean, I understood the concept.
Okay,
Okay.
I figured.
Well, let's look for survivors.
Yes. We tie the demon to the cart and then tip the cart over on top of the demon, giving him no leverage.
When you tip the cart over, do you take Calyx out first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Calyx is coming with us.
Yeah, he's coming with us.
Okay.
I'm
thought he was on the cart.
I'm putting him in my Yoda bag that we are creating.
Well, I do have a sack, so.
Yeah, well, we'll just strap him
There
to
you
my
go.
back. My backpack.
It's our special kobold sack.
Like one of those baby carriers.
But on the back.
I'm just sleeping.
Okay.
Throws up like down the
And
front.
just gonna, after I get him all situated, take my sword, take my shield. Okay, I'm ready.
You've got a back shield,
Okay.
too.
Okay, do you guys begin searching the area?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone make perceptions.
I'm really good at this.
I'm not.
I got
Natural one.
I got a 10.
Nope.
9.
It could be either 26 or 28, depending on what I'm looking for.
Humanoid.
Okay, so.
Human.
Humanoid?
Or human.
Wait, human's a humanoid, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's different types of humanoids, so.
Oh,
that's-
sorry, human.
Okay, so yeah, that will be a 28.
Okay, that'll do it. You hear some faint coughing coming from the woods.
This guy got speared to a tree.
No!
Checking the weather.
We just cut the tree down.
Wind seems to
take
be
it with us.
mild, weather seems to be fine.
And just start heading over the direction.
Okay. When you get over there, you see another man in monk robes. His leg is caught in something that looks along the lines of a bear trap, but larger and much more poorly forged, chained to one of the nearby trees. He's wearing a similar sort of red abbot robes as the other man. This guy is barely breathing. He seems delirious. His eyes don't seem to be able to focus on you. He goes, water.
Another one over here.
I come over, look at the trap, look at him. I walk over to him and give him some water. Not too much.
God. Thank you so much for coming.
Since spoken.
Go ahead.
I don't trust anyone anymore. My trust has been betrayed too many times.
The other guy was perfectly honest.
Yes. And he turned into a demon.
17. Nonsense.
26.
He's very glad that you guys are giving him this water, and he doesn't seem to be trying to trick you. He seems to be using all of his energy to survive.
Okay, great.
Very glad you saved me.
Can I use knowledge religion? See if maybe this is the same sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I really doubt it is, but you never know.
Remove his leg from the bear trap, and immediately a thing goes into his leg and turns it
9?
Son of a bitch.
Examining, you're not 100% positive. You don't find anything to purely rule it out. But, the spear had some ornateness to it. This looks very primitive.
I look at it's attached to a tree.
Mm-hmm.
I look at you, I look at the tree, I look at your axe, look at the tree. Should we cut down the tree and take like a part of it with us? So we don't actually
I
just
don't think that's feasible.
I think it's just going to be easier to... It should be fine.
Okay.
Looking back at the man in the robes, he seems to have slipped unconsciousness again.
Okay. I just prepare myself above him. I put my shield down and just prepare for a two-handed swing if he wakes up in a demon form.
I think maybe you're going to need to pry it.
Okay.
Here.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Gently.
As I pull out my silver axe, just
Gently. Undo the trap.
Make a strength check.
10. Same as last time?
You get it almost open, and then you realize your grip's starting to slip.
I put my arms in it to kind of actually, if I so that I brace it back with my entirety of my arms rather than just my fingers.
Oh, gotcha. For a minute, I think you meant like in the trap.
Yeah, like I'm a man.
I'm not gonna take the damage from this trap, but if it does come to that, I'm situating my arms in such a way that if I do feel like I'm gonna lose grip still, that I will be able to roll my arms in there in order to prevent it from going into this guy's like and killing him.
It's gonna close, but you can make it close slowly.
Then I.
Does he
Some
seem
help,
to be
help,
having some
help,
trouble?
help, help.
I'll jump in there. and
Help.
try to
Okay.
Help.
I will also make a strength check.
Go ahead.
9.
9. Okay.
That's-
The two of you guys are pulling, and you guys have it. It's not closing anymore, but you're not really making a whole lot of headway opening it either.
oh, we're infernals.
Do you put your axe down and jump into?
Yep.
It's like a
14.
It's like a Three Stooges
14.
episode.
You
I'm
get
over
in
the
there,
bear
and you
trap.
guys
Oh,
manage to all together to pry it open to where it snaps again.
Okay.
I didn't have to punch it.
Bloody fingers. Oof. Okay. Now,
Looking at it though, since he's still unconscious, his leg's pretty much still in the trap. The trap's more or less armed.
So
If he wakes up right now, he's probably going to jerk, so you know you need to get his leg off that trigger.
disable device in order to remove his leg properly without
that's fine.
without triggering the
Actually,
Remove the
with
leg.
disable the device, you see a switch that just kind of pops in the blocker.
Oh,
Okay.
got it. I'm like, okay, if we
It's locked open.
okay, we're good.
Okay.
I forgot you're familiar enough with traps for that.
Alright, so is
And we did have to cut off his legs, just
okay?
saying.
Is he stable? Is he dying?
He's not bleeding out. He would have bled out quite some time ago if this hit an artery. Now his leg looks very, very bad.
That's okay.
Okay, our medic is currently unconscious.
How about we just focus on getting him back to the car and getting back to town?
What?
No, be careful.
It's okay.
Keep your leg still.
Can we, like, maybe...
Make a brace or something for it? Yeah. Do you know how to make a splint?
I'd accept survival for that.
Yeah, I think that. I believe so.
Okay, we might want to do that just so it doesn't, like...
Move? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna put some sticks around this, and we're gonna wrap it.
You feel him reach out and grab your hand.
I hold his hand.
Did you kill the gnolls? Are they gone?
They're not here. We'll find them.
His hands are very warm.
Like, fever warm.
Yeah. Did anyone else make it out?
We're looking for survivors now. You're the second person we found. Okay.
His hand goes limp in yours.
Modified 20 on the survival.
Uh-oh.
You make a good splint.
You still seem to be breathing.
Yeah, he seems to be breathing.
Okay,
Okay.
we're still good.
He has a fever.
Okay, we're gonna need to keep that cold. How far are we from any kind of actual like water source?
The ocean is very nearby.
I'll be back.
Is it going to be easier to get to there or just back to town?
Because of the cliffs, it's probably gonna be easier to get back to town.
Okay, we'll
Let's just get back to town.
to get back to town.
Okay, so he shouldn't be too hard for strong people to carry. Make another sweep. Maybe there's
Yeah,
anyone else?
yeah.
Let's make it quick, though. I don't think
Okay.
we have much
Yeah,
time.
I know. I just don't want to leave anyone.
Just to give you a frame of time, that last sweep took you about 15 minutes.
I
Okay.
think we can take another 15.
Yeah. I try to keep. I'm not very perceptive. I'm gonna stay here in the cart area, and I'm gonna try to keep this guy's fever down.
Okay, what are you doing to keep his fever down?
I am taking water from my flask, and if anyone else has any water, I'd ask for it. I'm going to try to pretty much just cool him down by applying water. It's not the greatest, but it is a reduced in temperature, maybe. Try to apply it to the head because it's the least is most likely to cause, damage.
17.
12. I did not.
You guys don't hear your one.
9.
No. You guys do another 15-minute sweep. You don't think you missed anyone.
Okay, we flip the cart back over.
Okay.
Gently. We don't have a horse. Okay, that's fine. You and me. We got this.
So it comes
We've
down
got
to
the
this.
demon, the monk, and
A
a
kobold.
kobold in the back of the cart.
At least he doesn't have much weight. I get in his bag, pull out the pillow, and put it under the monk's head.
There we go.
Smart. I was thinking ahead there, Calyx.
Good job.
Good man.
We knew
I had
he stole that
visions
pillow
that
for a reason.
This pillow would be needed.
Okay. Considering how much weight, it's going to take both of you pushing at the same
Yep.
time to move it.
Yep.
You guys trek back to the large painted rock, and you guys are both dripping with sweat.
I keep pushing.
Okay. You
And I'll
guys
help too.
dig deep. You jump in.
I do ask that neither of you stay on the cart.
That's fine, I'll walk alongside. I can't really... Well, I can kind of...
I do
We'll
have,
take the effort.
you have a relevant strength score, just not great.
You two jump in and start pushing with him. It does take some burden off you guys. As you guys go into town, you two are damn near exhausted. You guys, dripping with sweat, pretty tired.
Okay, I'm gonna...
As you
Hey,
guys
don't
get as
wheel
you
this
guys
into
get to
town.
the farms, though, people start helping you. They ask you what's going on.
The people of the abbey were attacked.
The first guy goes in. He starts pushing. He sees the demon. He lets go, though.
That's one of
That's right,
the.
he sees the
It's
beast.
one of the monks. It's one of the monks. He's been possessed.
Can something be done about him?
He can be exorcised.
So make a diplomacy.
11.
Exercise them with a rope.
Says,
With the gallows.
Good aside, I can't help bring this into town.
No, it'd be really helpful if you could do that for us. I'm going to go diplomacy.
Okay.
Well, that didn't land on any side at all. 18.
He goes, okay, very well. He starts pushing, and as other people see him pushing, a few more farmers show up to start helping. Eventually, you guys do get it back into town, but where are you taking him?
I'm looking for Miles. I asked them where Miles would be.
They tell you at the church.
Okay, we're going to take this to the church then.
Don't leave it just outside.
Oh, no, I know. We're not going into the church.
Well, no, I mean
Oh, that's...
outside, just outside of town. I'll go run and get Miles.
Okay.
We don't need to wheel this into the middle of town.
Okay. We kind of do, though. But, okay. Yeah, you go get him, get contact.
I run ahead because I'm probably the least tired.
Okay. You eventually get to the church, and as you open the door, you see Miles. It looked like he may have seen you from the window, trekking up, as he was coming out to meet you. What's going on?
Do you know an exorcist, or can you do exorcisms?
I cannot, but I think Huxley might be able to.
Okay. One of the monks that was out there got possessed.
I can see you're tired, but I'm going to go and begin treating the wounds. Do you think you can make it over to Huxley's?
Yeah, I can do that.
You guys see Miles just kind of trekking up, and he starts examining and applying. He starts filling the wound with herbs, and he starts wrapping it.
Does he get to the actual monk or the?
Yeah, he's going for the monk.
Okay, got it. I asked the farmers for water because that was probably a bit of a
They'll help him
hole.
bring water.
Even for Constitution of 16, that was probably a bit. Yeah. I just sit down and start drinking.
You get to the door of the house you met Huxley at earlier.
Just have you
He
sit
opens
in
the
a
door.
bag
Yeah,
next to
just
me.
get
Goodness,
my skin out, just...
are you all right?
Yes, can you perform an exorcism? Or know someone who can?
I can perform a form of exorcism.
Okay. One of the monks from the abbey is possessed.
He gives you a pitcher of water, and he says, "Okay, that way, right?" And he takes off running.
Picture of water. It's too big. It's too big.
Huxley gets there and starts examining the scene.
We pulled out a weapon.
Okay, a weapon. Go ahead.
Yeah, like a shadowy
Darkness?
thing. Yeah. And
Bring him.
Okay. You get back up, probably stumble for a moment, get back up, and start pulling him.
Okay. He goes, he runs inside his house ahead of you. As you get there, you can see that he's painted a green circle with a stylized star in the middle of it. It says, in the middle.
I also have still.
And drag him into the center.
He pulls all the blinds in the house and asks you guys to give him time.
Okay, is there a word that, or will you start screaming if there's a problem?
I will start screaming if I'm in danger.
Okay. I go outside the house and I sit down.
This is a good time to take a bit of a sitter.
Just gonna fall over. I actually start taking my leather lamellar off.
I hand over what's left in the pitcher because I am planted firmly on the steps at this point.
The other monk is taken into the church to be treated for his infection. An hour goes by.
He's not screaming.
You wake up.
Where's my pillow?
Your head's no longer pounding.
I feel lighter. I feel less cushioned.
Do you feel less traumatized?
Not really. Not really.
What's wrong?
I take my empty bottle and I just kind of go like that. Yeah.
No, what's actually wrong?
Wait, where are we?
We're in town.
Okay.
We're in front of Huxley's.
You ran away while we were fighting 3 demons. Started drinking.
Well, I think we were only fighting one at a time when he ran away.
Oh, okay. And then you got drunk and passed out.
Okay.
And then we needed a lot of help to get the cart back to town, but you were just kind of laying on it. So.
The monk that we found was stabilized. We somehow managed to do that twice. They're performing an exorcism on one of them now, and we're not supposed to go inside.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend going inside.
Okay. You don't want to talk about it, that's fine. I understand.
After another 20 minutes pass, the door opens. Huxley comes out. He wipes some sweat from his brow. Okay. He's going to live.
Good.
So what was the details of what happened?
We found him stabbed through on the shoulder into a thing. He was still able to talk. We were speaking to him. Told us that there were gnolls and orcs. And we attempted to remove him from the wall, and this happened. We then found another one with stuck on a crude bear trap. That's where the other one was stuck in.
I've heard of attacks like this and this tactic used further inland, but never down here.
Perhaps they've been driven this way?
I don't know by what. I would imagine I would have heard news from one source or another.
Do gnolls and orcs in this area use possession as a form of combat?
One's involved with certain cults do.
Okay.
It's not common, but it does happen. This may have had more to do with specifically that they're from the abbey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to rest. A lot of his luster seems to be gone, and you can almost swear that his hair's a bit grayer.
Do you need any help?
Thank you for your offer. He perks up a little bit. He smiles. It seems to be
show.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that he's putting on a show for you guys. Everything's going to be fine. Thank you guys so much for your help.
Okay.
Although there is actually one thing you could do for me.
What's that?
Help transfer our friend over to the church so his wounds can be treated there.
Okay. We can do that.
Going in, the man's reverted to the form that you had seen him in earlier. He does have strange, rupture marks all over his body, though. Have you ever seen when a lot of capillaries are busted?
Yeah.
It's like those in striped lines going up and down his arm, wrapped around his neck, over his face. But Besides those rupture marks, he seems to be the person you had talked to before.
Does he seem to have the wounds we gave him?
No, it looks like Huxley likely used some sort of healing potion on him. You do see a empty bottle laying nearby.
Do I see my rope laying nearby?
It's cut.
I pick up the
I'll
bottle.
buy you another.
I got it. It's fine. I'll pick him up and just casually but safely carry him across towards the church. I guess would be the place we're taking it, right? Yep.
You guys get him over there, and you realize that your energy is just entirely tapped.
So I'm picking him up, and my arms are just so heavy. It's like,
As you can't talk for a second. As you get there, Miles comes to the door and ushers for you to set him down over on another stone slab. He starts examining him.
Do we go inside or is this outside?
If you're carrying the body, you'd need to carry it inside.
You guys go in. I'll wait outside.
I understand. I think.
Lay him out on the stone slab for him to examine.
Yep.
He starts examining him. He's not in as bad of condition as the other one. I don't think his life's in danger, but he does have a fever. I'm going to need some time with him.
Okay. We should go to the tavern and rest.
Yes.
Regain our strength.
I'm very tired from it.
As you guys walk in, you entertain the idea of getting some food, but you start to feel like it's just going to be too much effort.
Perhaps if someone could just put the food into my mouth and chew for me.
I'll just sit like this. Just put it in.
The stairs were a nearly insurmountable journey, but step after step you make it. And as soon as your head hits your pillow, or in your case, the
It's like
top of the mattress,
my day just gets so much worse.
That's some irony there.
That's karma.
I smile as my head fits my pillow.
These lands are cursed.
your lights go out and sleep takes you. And that's what we're going to call the game for tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that I did. And see you guys next time. And remember, may all your rolls always strike true. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out our Pathfinder game. I really hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are getting invested in the land of Runerin. And I really hope you guys are enjoying the players. I love having them here. I think they all bring a lot. And if you guys are looking for more action to check out Kris's Vampire the Masquerade campaign, which starts its first episode this Friday. And as always, if you enjoy us, give us a like, a share, a subscribe, check out our Patreon. That sort of stuff really, really helps us. But as always, may your dice always strike true.